All right, guys, welcome back to the Game State podcast. This week we've got a lot to talk about. I'm usually with Matum Wrecked and Tuneablepower. Today, Matum Wrecked could not make it, unfortunately. Today we've got Tuneablepower, and we've got someone who you might be seeing a lot more of, GreaseMonkeyGamer. We'll have all the links for his socials in the description. But we got a lot to talk about today. We're gonna get started with On This Day in Gaming. We got a new segment we're going to be doing called Retro Game Hunter, and that is all tunable. My man goes out and hunts for retro games every weekend. We're going to do Play It or Throw It Away. This week, it'll be the Sega Saturn edition. We're going to talk about the Red Dead re-release and how they botched that up. Their Nintendo Online has released some new games. We're going to talk about those. PlayStation 5, we got some big PlayStation news. Regarding sales, and then we're gonna get into Mortal Kombat 1 and all the characters and stuff that we've seen so far since the release trailer. And then, as always, we will be ending with your game deals of the week. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. And comment down below if you guys, if you got something to say, best say it. But
just say it.
Let's get right into it. Grease, I don't think we've ever done this with you, but tell them a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I'm GreaseMonkeyGamer. I am a ASC Master Certified mechanic by day, variety streamer by night, and amateur voice actor. Do quite a few different impersonations from Stitch, where I talk pretty easy Stitch. And then also onto Kermit the Frog, which is why I actually have those two little plushes on my microphone right over there.
That's great. But Grease Monkey, he's a good guy. Guys, I'll have all his links down in the description. But getting into it, guys, on this day in gaming, we have a lot of things that happened on this day in gaming. So in 2003, Enter the Matrix was released on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah. Neo fucking rocks, baby. That game's awesome.
It's a really good game. Really good game.
It is a really good game.
In 2012, we had Darksiders 2 released, and a lot of its expansions released in the same year.
Yeah, Darksiders was such a good series too.
Now
we need to play that.
And that was on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, it was on everything.
Well, yeah. But in 2013, that's when Plants vs. Zombies 2, It's About Time came out. That's when that's when the sequel to Plants vs. Zombies came out.
It's so.
If you were on your cell phone back in the day, act like you didn't play it. Come on.
I didn't. I don't play cell phone games. I'm sorry.
I feel like Plants vs Zombies was kind of like the very first, like the beginning of like the tower defense style games.
It really was.
Yeah, it was. It was.
It started the whole genre. All right, so in 2013, Tetris was released, and everybody's probably wondering, well, Tetris was released way earlier than that. No, I'm talking about a browser version that you could play on the internet. So we had
whenever you want.
Yeah, you could just go on the internet, on your computer, on your tablet, or whatever. Were tablets a thing in 2013? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
They were super expensive, but they were a thing.
But yeah.
I had an Asus slider tablet that actually had a full physical keyboard. Paid like $500 for the thing.
Oh, man.
Super expensive. It was just
by the way,
crap.
If you ever want to challenge me in Tetris, I'm here.
Guys, go challenge Tuneablepower at Tetris. He's here. 2017, we had StarCraft. It got a remastered version released.
Oh, RTS games are a lot of fun.
Great game.
One of my faves. It's one of my faves.
Really great game. Awesome game. And then in 2020, UFC 4 came out. Also a great game. I'm a fighting game guy. I'm not really into like the mainstream fighting, like sports. Like I'm big in boxing, but not so much UFC. But I actually enjoyed UFC 4. It was a good game. I had a lot of fun playing through with my character. But that's gonna be it for this day in gaming. That's what we had. So next on the docket, we're gonna go over to Tune, and he's got some games that he found this weekend. The Retro Game Hunter, Tuneablepower. What do you got for us this week?
All right, so guys, y'all know, if you don't know, I collect. I'm an old guy. I've been playing video games since Atari 2600. I'm almost 4. I'll be 40 in 2 months. And I've went back and collected all of them. Literally. Like, the only console I'm missing right now is the Neo Geo, and we'll be collecting it soon. But this week, I go out every weekend with my wife. We go to yard sales, flea markets, retro game shops, and we find what we don't have and what we need. And today, this weekend, we got quite a bit.
My man got some steals this week.
We got some steals. We found a power pad this week. I gotta unfold this bad boy.
My man got
Now,
a
the real
power
question-
pad.
We
real
found
question
a
is,
power pad from
Does it
NES.
actually work?
Does it work? Have you tested
It
it?
does work. It works perfectly. It's in great condition, dude. It is like brand new.
No
It
shit.
does look really nice.
It is like in nice condition. Guys, I played this with my uncle back in the day. Oh God, we played so many hours on our track, but we destroyed ours. We played it so much that it disintegrated. Me and my uncle did. It literally disintegrated.
Now, I can actually give you a pro strat for the track and field race and the dash for the power
Mhm.
pad. Do not fully lift your feet. Literally, you just stomp your heels.
Just take a little pressure off.
Stomp
we-
your
we
heels,
learned
and you can get crazy fast. Like, you can go so fast that the sprite of your character goes like 1, 2, 3, and it's just single sprite all the way down the rest of the track.
I'll be trying that out. But also
Pro
when we found
strats.
when we found the power pad, we found track and field
Nice.
or world class track meet. Sorry, we found world class track meet, and we got dance aerobics, which I'm going to be doing. I'm going to plug myself. I'm going to be dressing. I'm going to be dressing up as an '80s dance aerobic instructor and playing this on stream.
Oh, that's gonna be.
It's
epic.
going to be insane.
You can get like the spandex and everything.
Dude, I'm doing everything. The fucking sweats up the legs, the spandex with the thong outside of it. All of it, dude.
Let's go.
It's going to
Do
be
you have like
crazy one.
a neon like sweatband for your forehead?
Oh, it's going to be insane, dude. I'm going to do the Messy Hair's already got plans, buddy. She is.
Oh man,
She is already. I've got my other camera. I'm going to have like on the dance pad on my feet, and then I'm going to have this camera facing me. It's going to be insane.
You guys aren't gonna want to miss that.
I think that was really the godfather of Dance Dance Revolution.
Yes, it was.
Also, guys,
loved
if you don't want to miss it either, his link, Tuneablepower's links will also be down in the description as well.
Yeah, it'll probably be a week or so before we get to that one. But also, we found one of my favorites as a kid on the NES, and that's Mickey Mousecapade today. We found it. This is a platformer you don't want to miss. It is a Disney. All the Disney. Let's be honest. All the Disney games back in the day
They were good.
were fantastic. They were fantastic, man. Capcom made most of them, and they were just absolutely phenomenal. Now we get to the heavy hitters. Now we get to the super heavy hitters I found today. Well, one of them, which was one of my faves, that I played on the Saturn, actually. I've never played the PS1 version, but I found it for PS1 today, and I figured it can't be too much different. But we found Croc.
Oh, that's a
Which is
great
a-
game.
Very cool.
Which this is the next game I'm streaming, by the way.
Oh, you gonna stream that?
Nice.
And let's
Yeah,
go.
this is the
Respect,
next
man.
one. This is
That's
gonna be
gonna
the
be
next
fun.
one. Croc is gonna be the next. I love this game. It's literally one of the first like 3D platforming games. It's phenomenal.
It may even predate Spyro.
Yeah, I think it does. It does. It's literally one of the first 3D platforming games. It's freaking crazy. It's great.
Good game too. I had that game.
No, I didn't find this week, but since this is the first version of my segment here, I found this last week, and it's a complete in box
Oh, nice.
Final Fantasy
Wow.
V Advance. It's got everything. I mean, it's literally everything that came with it new.
That's
It's here.
wild. I mean, minus being sealed in the original shrink wrap.
He's got the instruction manual and everything.
I
in
mean,
there.
it has.
Wow.
It's got the insert. When it ends the insert, it's got. I mean, I got all
Oh.
of the everything. It's all here, all paperwork.
That's
Now, how much did that set you back for?
All
The side says everything right there.
right, I'll let you know. All right, so we had stuff. We got this retro game shop at the near the house, and you could trade stuff in there and get credit. And we had a bunch of stuff that we didn't need, and I went and traded in there. So I had like $150 in credits. This game was $106.45.
Oh,
It was pricey.
So,
but it was free.
Through the trade-in, you got it for free, which is
I basically
awesome.
got it for free. So I didn't pay anything for it, but it's not a cheap game. If you want to complete, my camera's fucking up. If you want a complete version of this game, it's gonna cost you.
Yeah.
And that's not even the most expensive one I found today, because this one right here is complete. Like $300.
Oh shit!
Jeez.
And it's Silent Hill for the PS1, the original.
Oh, let's
that's
go.
fair. That's fair.
This is the pinnacle of PS1.
That's a hard game to go back and play now, but like it was a great game back in the day.
I
think you streamed it once, didn't you, Tune?
No, a Silent Hill 2.
That was Silent Hill 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never. Do you see? I got Silent Hill 2, the remaster on the PS3. It's Silent Hill 2 and 3, and it's a remaster version of the PS3. So it look better. This is the only way you could play this one unless you emulate it. You have to have this disc because they have no remaster, no nothing.
All right.
And we won't be emulating shit. I'm just letting you know, guys.
Not for the retro game hunter, no.
No. This is what I've been looking for, and it's right here in my hand now. So this will be a stream this will be a Halloween stream, October stream. We'll be playing this all October.
Fitting.
It's gonna be great.
Fitting.
It's gonna be great.
All right,
guys. Well, it concludes this week in Tuneable's retro game finds. When I find stuff, we'll add this segment in as I find stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, when you're out retro game hunting, not every week is a winner. This was just a fluke week where I found a lot of good stuff, and
it doesn't happen every week,
You may go out 50 weeks in a row and not find anything. And then you'll go 3 or 4 weeks in a row where you just find it. Like I found one time this person was getting rid of their whole Super Nintendo collection, everything. Ooh. And I got a stack of Super Nintendo games this big for like $20.
Damn. That's a steal.
Wow.
It's
wow.
You just got to go out. You got to put the work. If you want this kind of collection and not pay $1 million for it, you got to put the work in to find it.
Yeah. Now, Tune, do you have a couple of like holy grails that, obviously you just got one of them, Silent Hill. Do you have any other like holy grails that you're really looking for?
Oh,
like big want list.
What I'm looking for. Panzer Dragoon Saga for the Sega Saturn. That game sells for $2,000 online.
Oh, jeez.
It's $2,000 game. I'm looking for Evo for the Super Nintendo.
Evo.
It's like the original Arc. Survival game basically for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm looking for a Neo Geo, of course. That's what I said. It's the only one I don't have yet.
You did find one, but it was like expensive as fuck.
Yeah, it was like $900, and I was like,
yeah, that's a little too rich for my blood.
Yeah. And I'm looking for Cubivore for the GameCube. That game is $600 online. God,
good lord.
Find it cheaper somewhere else, folks.
I gotta find it cheap. Well, Messy Hair wants it. She's watched videos. She wants that Cubivore game, but we're not paying. We're going to find it at a yard sale. We're going to find it somewhere cheap. And I'm saying the other thing. What's some more? I'm going to do like 1 or 2 more here. There's so much.
I think we're just going to call it there. We're done.
We're done.
All right. We're going to be moving on to our next segment, which is going to be Play It or Throw It Away. And it is the Sega Saturn edition this week. Also, fun fact, our man Grease is the one that requested this. We're doing the Sega Saturn. So let's get it started. Go ahead, spin that wheel. Let's see what game we get.
All right, guys. And the first game will be, we are spinning the wheel here. The wheel takes forever.
It does take a
The
second.
suspense.
You kind of want to
It's building.
pre-spin.
Oh, and we're going with a Grease Monkey game of Lunar Silver Star Story.
Oh,
Sega
that's
Saturn.
Well, we'll let you take the lead then.
all right. So, a quick synopsis of Lunar Silver Star Story. It is a JRPG where pretty much the protagonist. It's been forever since I played the game, but I want to say that the protagonist was. There's two protagonists, a male and female. Usually the same trope of mysterious female, can't remember her past, gets found by local village boy, sets off on this wild adventure, and they end up saving the world. Weird thing though is
That's how
that
it always happens, right?
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it has to be. That's the way it's got to be.
Weird thing is that the dragons were actually like these cat-like creatures that would follow him around. If memory serves me right. And the main character actually had like this pet, which was like a cat, like I think I was like a black cat, but then eventually found out that that cat was actually a dragon, just kind of weakened. And as you go through, you eventually would reawaken some of its power, and it could get ridiculous. Had some amazing cutscenes in the game, and there were a lot of fun fan service moments as well, with bathhouses and everything, which is another one of those typical Japanese tropes where you could like, oh, I'm going to take a bath, and occasionally, I mean, it wouldn't show you anything explicit, but they would always kind of allude with some of the way that they would talk with the text of going on, like if you try to sneak into the bath when one of the girls were in.
So
overall,
so are you saying play it or throw it away?
I would still play it. I am a sucker for JRPGs.
See, I am too. I am too. I'm a sucker for JRPGs. I've never actually played this one, so
I've actually get a chance. Give it a shot.
I'm always willing to give everything a fair shot. I'm gonna throw it away just because I haven't played it. But if I ever get a chance to play it, I will make a video and apologize to everybody and say that I played it. All right. So we'll leave it at that. What do you think, Tim?
I'm going to play it. It looks awesome. I've never actually played. I never played this one on the Saturn. Back then, unless it was Final Fantasy, I didn't really play JRPGs. So
fair.
I never played it. You could play it on the Switch, by the way, Nick. And
oh, you can?
Yeah. And I would play it. Yeah. It looks fun.
I didn't know.
Great. I would play it.
I didn't know it was on the Switch. Maybe I might check that out.
It is.
It's got a good soundtrack too. If soundtrack is a selling point, to me, a game's soundtrack is probably one of the higher top 10, like top things that I'd go for.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy games always have great soundtracks, and
100%.
And I feel like most JRPGs usually have great soundtracks. They usually don't botch that up. But it's really when you get to like the American-made games,
it becomes hit or miss. Yeah.
And even like Mario RPG, that game had an amazing soundtrack.
Oh, it was also Square Enix.
Chef's kiss.
Very chef's kiss, yes. I would have to look up to see who the composer was for it, but I want to say it was either Nobuo Uematsu or Yansuri Matsuda, because those were the two composers that Squaresoft would use for their RPGs.
Yeah, it was an amazing soundtrack. You can always count on a good soundtrack for any JRPG.
Oh yeah. Get that
like if you've ever played an RPG, you know what that's from.
Yeah, you do.
Or any of the Chocobo songs.
All right, let's get our next Sega Saturn game. What's up next?
I've already spun the wheel. I was getting ahead of the game here.
Yeah, you got to do that.
I mean, this one right here. Come on, Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Ooh,
I'll go ahead and start this one off. I'm playing that all day. That was one of my favorite Street Fighter games ever. Yeah, I actually did not play it on the Saturn though, unfortunately. So I don't know what it's like to play it on the Saturn. But based on, it's a Street Fighter game. I love fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good game. If you're interested in fighting games at all, or even a little, you have to play this one. This one's great.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. We're gonna play that one, guys. I mean, I played the messing balls out of that game back in the day, and I still play it to today on my Switch. I play it still, so I love it. Just give me a Kuma, and I'll wreck your life in.
It's gonna be unanimous. I'm playing the game all day long. It's Street Fighter games. I absolutely love that. The Street Fighter games were some of my bread and butter. My character was Sakura. Sakura was my character.
She's good.
I'm a fan of the Shotokan fighters, but Sakura her playstyle is just different enough where it fit my feel much better.
Back then, I rocked Chun-Li.
Dude, my dad's a Chun-Li fighter,
man.
dude. That's in Street Fighter 6. That's all he plays as. Dude.
Just Chun-Li.
It's been like that since Street Fighter 2 with him. He is a God.
Back in the day, I could not do the charge moves. I'm better at them now, but back then, no.
It takes some getting used to do those. Once you figure it out though, and you get used to it, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But what do we got next? I think we all three play that one. There's no doubt in the world. We're all playing.
Yeah. Street Fighter is going to be a play, man. Come on now. All right, so next is one of my favorite Saturn games made, and it is Clockwork Knight.
I've never played it.
Oh man, you want to talk about
a
2D platforming game that just is just a. Don't let the cover of the game fool you. All right, you may look at this cover of this game and be like, "Oh, this looks like Toy Story, like kids game," because you play as a knight. Like when the lights go out and nighttime comes, all the toys, just like Toy Story, all the toys come to life and it comes a world. And you play as a knight with this key as like your sword. And
the original Keyblade.
Yeah. Keyblade.
I was thinking the same thing. I just didn't say it. You beat me to it.
It basically is. But it has puzzles, secret stages, secret everything. It's got so many secrets in it, man. You go around, you're popping stuff, it's literally the best platformer on the Saturn. They made 2 parts of it. Part 1 I think is the best. And it's hard. Don't go into this game thinking you're just going to run through it because it looks like a little kid's game. It's one of the hardest games you'll play in your life. But it is phenomenal. And I'm going to play it. As a matter of fact, I beat it on stream like 4 or 5 months ago. It's phenomenal. I'll play it right now. I'll play it right now. It's great.
Once again, I'm gonna. When it comes to the
you
Sega,
throw this game, I will smack you. I swear.
Well, you're gonna smack me. I didn't play a lot of these Sega Saturn games. I had a Sega Saturn for a very short amount of time. I'm gonna throw it away on principle that I've never played it. But if I ever do play it, once again, I will make a video and apologize publicly to everybody. And Tunable especially.
I'll allow you to emulate it just so you can fucking experience it. God damn.
Wow, that's speaking volumes right there. That hey, you can emulate it.
It's so good that he needs to play it. It's so good.
Now, as a fan of platforming games and a good challenge, on general principle, I will give it a shot. I would play it. Given an opportunity, I would play it. I personally have not played it yet, though the character design of the Clockwork Knight, honestly, it gives me next-gen vibes of Iron Sword from the NES.
Oh, Iron Sword, that's a really good game.
It is. And that game was super hard, too. Super brutal. and it just quick hot take and looking at everything. I feel like it's probably similar in the respect. So yeah, I would give it a shot. I would play it.
Proud of you. That last boss, he's a spaceship. He's a jet fighter,
Snap.
and you'll get demolished. I'm just letting you know.
All right, let's see what the
Jeez.
next one is.
Let's see what we got next.
And
we
we
got?
have.
Oh, we're going with another tunable beauty.
Oh, no.
Oh,
What do we got?
this was Nights into Dreams. Oh,
Ooh.
No, you're gonna hate me again.
oh God! I just I want to play it right now. Like I just want to go hook my Saturn up and play this. This was the game where the 3D controller came out. It came packaged in with the game, and it was the first controller that had a control stick on it, so you could actually move around.
Like an analog stick.
It had an analog stick, so
Analog.
you can actually move your games around in 3D without having to use the damn D-pad. And
Game changer.
it was game
Yeah.
changing. It was literally it blew my dang mind when I first played Knights. Basically, Knights is you're like in this dream, and you're like this little starry looking dude, and you're flying, and you're trying to go through the hoops, and you're doing missions as you're going through the hoops, and it fully focuses on that 3D controller, and like it's what it was made for. The game was made to showcase how awesome that 3D controller was,
Yeah.
and the storyline was good. The game's awesome. It's one of my favorite. It's in the top probably 20 of one of my favorite games of all time. It's amazing.
Once again, I haven't played it, so I'm gonna throw it away. And once again, if I ever do play it and I do like it, I will make a public apology in a video and a public apology to Tuneablepower. So
I'm pretty
I
sure
feel
it's
like
on
in a
Game
couple
Pass.
Go.
In a couple months, we're just going to be getting this blanket apology from like, sorry guys, I went through a backlog of games that I hadn't touched, and I just would, on general principle, because I hadn't played it, I'd throw it away, and I am humbled.
Like, I don't know about Knights if he'll like it. 'Cause it's kind of but Clockwork Knight. If he doesn't like Clockwork Knight, then I don't know what's wrong with him.
I mean, I didn't have a Sega Saturn for very long. I didn't play most of these games, so it's not my B. But
I never had the opportunity to play Knights myself. The character design for Knights, for the main character for Knights, very iconic. I mean, you look at that. I mean, even though I never played the game, I could pick that character out 100%. Like, it was very easy to like, oh yeah, that character. Obviously, that's what game that was from, and being a game that would showcase the use of an analog stick and kind of give you the ideas and inspire other game makers of what could be done in the future. On that principle, give it a shot. For, if nothing else, for having an opportunity to experience a moment in gaming history of New Horizons.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. And just to show you, I do have the controller. And this is what it was. This is what came. I got the Japanese version in box still. But still,
That's
it
cool.
works.
That looks
It's
sick.
white. I wanted the white one, so that's why I got the Japanese one. The American one was black, but I wanted the white one. But this is what came with it. And this controller was life-changing on the Sega Saturn, guys. It's freaking sick.
That controller looks like a baby version of the Dreamcast controller.
Yeah, it
Like,
is.
It looks like the
literally-
prototype for the Dreamcast.
It really was. It's literally just without the grips right here.
Without the grips and without the VMU slot.
Yeah.
It's a Dreamcast controller. It's pretty awesome.
All right. We'll do maybe one or two more here.
All right.
Okay.
By the way, Knights was made on the 360 also. They made a new one for it.
Oh, did they?
Yep. All right. Spin.
Let's see what we got here. Next game, boys.
Wheel of morality. Turn.
And this is just it's a Sega Saturn. It's a tunable power win situation here.
Is it just picking your games?
I'm calling hacks on this.
I don't think he's spinning the wheel, guys.
It's definitely spinning. I could share my screen right now and show you where it's spun.
Nah, you don't have to do that.
It's all good.
This is top 10 tunable power game here, and it is Bug 2. God dang,
Bug
dude!
2.
Oh Jesus, come on, man!
Oh, we're gonna do it again. Oh my god!
I swear to God, Nick, you've watched me stream this multiple times. How are you gonna throw it away? All right, guys. So Bug 2 is a sequel to Bug, which was a like Croc, one of the first 3D platforming games. It kind of used a 2D, 3D format to make it, like look 3D, but kind of not at the same time.
Kind of like a 2.5D.
No, because you could still move back and forth and everywhere around, but it's a weird, like beginning of that genre kind of game.
Fixed camera 3D.
Yeah, fixed camera 3D. There you go, Grease. That's what I'm talking. There we go. He's got it. And what you're doing is this one actually added 2 more characters. You had like the Afro guy and you had the little larvae guy you could play as. It actually added multiplayer, so you can have a buddy play with you in part 2. And what you're doing, you're on a movie set. So you're making a movie, and every level is like a movie set. So you're it's like it's not like a movie set. It's like a scene to make the whole entire movie. So you're playing scenes to make a movie is what you're doing. But it's it's like a comedy game. It's got the dialogue in the game is hilarious. Bug juice. That's when you get like your full health. I fucking love this game, dude. It is like all time, like one of my favorite games of all time. I burned a Sega Saturn up playing this game, okay? Like, I had to go buy another one back in the day because I burned it up. It just toasted.
All right, I'm going to actually say play it this time, eventually, and apologize later. So, I've never played this. I don't even remember watching you stream it. Maybe I missed those streams. I don't usually miss many of your streams, but I don't remember you playing it. But yeah, we're throwing it away because I've never played it. I don't even know what it is. I didn't do any research on Tunables games because I didn't know about them until today. So, but yeah, like the other games, there will be a public apology. We will be making a video apologizing. Whatever. Fuck Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn got so much heat.
People say fuck Sega Saturn, but I know people that said fuck Sega Saturn until they went back and actually played games on it, and they're like, damn, this is actually a good system.
Yeah, it probably does have some. I just didn't.
It was more powerful than the PS1. The versions on the Saturn looked better and played better than the PS1 version.
I had one for a few months, and then I traded it in and got a place, whatever. I can't remember what I got. Store credit, and I bought a bunch of stupid shit. I just didn't want the Sega Saturn anymore.
I'm the complete opposite. Every single system that I've gotten, I still have in my basement. The only one I do not have was my Sega Genesis, which my brother borrowed and subsequently lost because he had a falling out with somebody where he had taken the Genesis over to
drugs.
Oh, I have no idea, dude. I have no idea.
Gambling.
It's the one thing that I was kind of upset about because I had all the original Sonic cartridges, and Sonic was like one of my favorite games playing.
Dude, I remember I got hospitalized when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and The only entertainment I had was a TV, and like, if there was nothing on TV, they had this cart with a TV and a Sega Genesis on it, and
Oh,
it
yes.
and they would wheel it around the hospital, and they would bring it to my room, and I could sit there in my hospital bed and play Sonic for hours.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Like I remember that as a kid. Like as a you don't usually have fond memories of being in the hospital, but like that,
No.
I definitely remember being in the hospital for like a week, and my mom was sleeping in a chair every day and staying there with me the whole time. And
Wow.
she'd go out there and raise hell to the nurses to get that TV in here so I could play Sonic. Because otherwise, I was just miserable and wanted to go home.
Yeah. Dude, I was so jealous of my one friend because his dentist's office had one of those TV systems where basically they had a Sega Genesis, like almost like what you would see in like a demo box at GameStop or Toys R Us back in the day, where you could play games, where it had the controllers just pretty much bolted in, but you
Yeah.
could play like certain games. And they had Power Rangers plugged into the system.
Oh,
And I was hanging
good
out with him.
game.
He had a dentist appointment, and I came with, and I'm sitting in the waiting room, and there they have the Sega Genesis with Power Rangers. Like, why can't I go to this dentist? That's freaking amazing.
Right? Like, fuck. But
It's like, hold on, let me gargle with sugar water to get in as many cavities to go to the dentist as often as possible.
all right, we're gonna call it on the Sega
Are you going to
Saturn.
play it? Are you going to play it, Grease? Are you going to play Bug 2?
I would play it. I'll
Alright.
play it. I'll just do a quick. I'd play it.
All right. So we're gonna move on. We got some actual gaming news to talk about.
Here we go.
Red Dead. It was rumored to be a remaster, or a remake, one or the other at some point. But it turns out it's literally just gonna be a port. They're not
Disappointing.
They're not incorporating 4K compatibility. There's not going to be any multiplayer. There's no online shit. Like it's just gonna be the same thing you had back in the day on Xbox 360, and they're charging $50 for it. What do you guys think of that?
Absolutely BS.
It is-
call major BS on that.
It's a cash grab.
100%.
Like I get it if you want to play it on your Switch and you want to do it handheld. Awesome, good, great, fine. But don't charge $50 for it if you're not going to remaster it at all.
No.
Or
the
you
only
have some. Go ahead.
the only way I could see this even being legitimate is you put it on Switch for $25 and call it a day. Release it on PlayStation 4, which means 5 too. Who cares? I'm not paying $50 for that.
No.
You can play part 2 for like $25 right now. I mean, why?
It's a cash grab. I think it's just a cash
100%.
grab. It's just a way for them to make more money off something they already released, and they put
And then if you got the Xbox version, you could go to a Goodwill and find Red Dead Redemption for $3. And if you got a Series X, you could slap it right on in there and it'll play it. And it'll upconvert it to look better than probably the versions they're coming out with.
Yeah, like they're not like that's why everybody's in an uproar. There's like it's not getting remastered, it's not getting a remake. It's literally just a port that it's not getting 4K compatibility. It's not getting, the online multiplayer, nothing. It's not getting any. It's just literally a port, and they want to charge $50 for it when you could buy it for Xbox 360 right now for like $30 if you went to a GameStop.
And if you plug it into a Series X, it would still be able to play it.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's.
We'll see what Red Dead Redemptions are selling for online for the 360 right now. Hold on, guys. We'll look it up.
I was just going off GameStop's prices, but
yeah, GameStop can suck it.
Yeah, fair enough.
The amount of games that they just straight up destroy is kind of
here you go,
maddening.
$8, eBay. Buy it now.
Oh my
If you got a Series for Series X, if you got a
No
Series
brainer.
X, you could go on eBay, buy it now for $8.
That's insane.
And play
No
it.
brainer whatsoever.
They're messing up. They're messing up so bad with this.
Come on, man. Come on.
But we're gonna move on from Red Dead because I don't think we have to say anything more. We're all pretty disappointed about that. I think everybody is. There's been an uproar on the internet. It's been a whole thing. But Nintendo Online has released 2 new games to us this month. We've got Pokemon Stadium 2, and we're getting the Pokemon trading card game. And I'm gonna go ahead and give my thoughts on Pokemon Stadium 2 real quick. I don't see the point if we can't fucking move our Pokemon from our actual cartridges from the Game Boy to the game. What's the point of putting it on there? It's just like Pokemon Stadium 1. You literally have to use the Pokemon they have for you, the teams that they pre-made.
I mean, all right. If you're Nintendo and you're going to put Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, you need to come out with a device that you can connect USB to plug your cartridges in to do it. But if you're not going to do that, the only plus side I could see these 2 coming out.
I mean, Pokemon Home would work. You could use Pokemon Home.
Yeah. The only plus side
with Go.
Yeah. The only plus side I could see with this is, I got those back there with all that. To play those games nowadays, you got to buy an N64. You got to buy the pack. You got to buy red, green, blue, silver, gold if you want to play all of them like that.
Every color.
You got to buy all those cartridges. You got to buy all those cartridges. I mean, it's going to cost you literally over $1,000 to play those. So if you wanted to play them and try them out, it's a good way, but without using your own Pokemon, man, that's lame.
That was the whole point of Pokemon Stadium games, is you could take the Pokemon from your, red, blue, gold, and silver and import them into the game and use your teams from that game in Pokemon Stadium. That was the whole point of it.
Well, and it also gave you the 3D the 3D rendering of the Pokemon sprites. But now that we have Sword and Shield and even Scarlet and Violet, where you have the 3D animated battles going on anyways, if you don't have the ability to bring in your own stuff, you're kind of getting a half a game.
Yeah.
You are.
You're forced to use their, what do they call it? Their rental Pokemon.
Yeah, the rentals, yes.
Your rental Pokemon. But then again, I mean, you've had 3D Pokemon since Gale of Darkness for the GameCube. X and Y for the 3DS. I mean, it's been out for a while. But I mean, why? Who cares? If you can't use your old Pokemon,
there's no point. Then we also got the trading card game coming out from the Game Boy.
I'm not a card game guy, so I'm out.
See, I was big on this game.
To be able to play the card games, I feel like having an actual cartridge where, like, I haven't played the game, but were you able to open like card packs in the game and kind of build the deck that way?
See, on the original Game Boy game, you couldn't. You would have to link up with someone in battle, and you would both earn like points towards getting new packs. There is a version of the game out for PC right now where you can actually buy packs and stuff like that. But back in the day on the Game Boy, it was a little different.
Well, it kind of forced you to actually play with somebody else. Oh, well, basically, you explained what I was trying to get to is where would you be able to open packs in the game and not have to spend money? I've actually not tried the trading card game on the Switch since they released it yet, but
I am gonna give it a shot and see what's going on. But I have no idea how they're doing on the Switch, and if they don't have some way of getting new cards,
it's gonna flop.
It's gonna flop. It's gonna be like the Stadium games.
Now, are they going to have online connectivity, though? Because that's a big question there as well. Because if you do not have online connectivity, there's only so much you can do against playing against the computers.
Yeah, once you beat the story and the bots, you're done, and there's no reason to play the game anymore. And the whole point of having that game when you were a kid was getting a link cable, hooking up with your buddy, and then fighting your cards against his cards. That was the whole. That was why that game was so great. But I don't know. I'll have to try it out. We'll see. I think there's going to be a lot of Pokemon stuff coming to the Switch Online. I don't know when, but I hope they incorporate more so that these stadium games don't go like they are.
Wayside.
Yeah, like nobody's going to play them if you can't bring your Pokemon over. Like incorporate Pokemon Home or something into those games so that we can bring our stuff. Like that's all they would have to do. Pokemon Home would work perfectly with it.
That, or if they took a page out of Pokemon Showdown's book and give you an ability to go through and, if maybe not import your own Pokemon, but pick Pokemon and then set up your move lists and also your EV trainings.
Right.
To give you more custom ability.
Just they got to give us something. You can't just play the game. You can't play the base game without having that stuff in it.
Well, I hate to break that bad news to you, Nick. I just read there's no packs. He basically right here on this it says you just go download the PC version and you can buy packs in it and stuff. This one, the one they put on there.
So it's gonna be just like it's gonna be thrown to the wayside. Nobody's gonna care.
I don't even know why Nintendo even put those on there, man. Come on.
Why waste the manpower of porting it over if you're not gonna
make it to where you can actually play it in the way it was meant to be played?
Yeah, like they should have
put a couple of quality of life upgrades.
They could have put a USB, because there's USB ports on the Switch dock. You could have just had. You could have put a transfer pack that plugged into it, or plugged into, or had a USB port that plugs into it, and you could have sit it here and plug into the Switch dock, and you could plug your original Game Boy games in. I mean, it's not rocket science if you're going to put those out. I mean,
honestly, I think they already have something similar to that where you were able to plug in GBA games into a adapter and then plug it via USB. I'm almost certain that there is something.
No, it's a aftermarket thing you could do. It plays Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance game. It's made by Hyperlink.
Oh,
and you can play all three of those games, all three of those cartridges on like a console. But if you got a Game Boy player like I do for the GameCube, you can play all those in
Yeah.
They made one of those for the SNES too that you could use to play Game Boy games.
Oh, that played Game Boy and Game Boy Color, not Advance.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually have a Super Boy.
Yeah, but, I do too, but not Advanced games.
We're gonna move on. We're going a bit into stuff today.
Long-winded.
We're gonna get right into Mortal Kombat 1. We got a lot of new characters that have been revealed. A lot of new stuff. The open beta for people who pre-ordered the game is coming up soon. Our man Tuneablepower will be playing it. He'll have a lot to say on it in a few weeks. And just recently we got Reptile. And oh man, does he look nice.
Dude, you know what I like about it? It's like the first time that they've showed Reptile's true background and true character style, what he is, and
that's cool.
And he's one of my favorite, man, and it's fabulous. Oh god, I cannot wait to play as him, and I hope he's in the beta. If he's in the beta, that's all I'm playing as is Reptile the whole entire time.
Like we got a lot of new characters. Like we got Smoke, Cyrax, we got fucking Rain, like a lot of characters, and some of these characters they only showed them doing assist moves, but I would assume that they're also in the game as playable characters.
I wouldn't be necessarily that they are, because they already said some of those assist characters, like Sonya and Kano, are just assist characters, basically.
Really?
So,
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna make my man Kano just an assist character? guys, we're ending the podcast right now, and I gotta write
No,
it.
wait a minute. Wait, they've updated it. I got it up right now.
I gotta write it. I gotta write an angry letter to Neversoft.
Angry letter.
My bad. Kano is in the game. I'm sorry, Nick. I did not mean to say that.
You can't
About to
take
give him a heart attack.
Yeah, you can't take my Kano away from me.
But Sonya
if Kano wasn't in the
is
game,
not.
I ain't gonna buy it.
Sonya is not. She's just a support
That's
character.
it.
And
That's it.
sorry for all you Sonya fans out there. You know.
But it says right here, Kano is going to be a playable character next. So you're good.
Thank God. He's been my main for every Mortal Kombat game I've ever played in my life.
I mean, look at the DLCs pack because I've got the Ultimate Edition. I'm gonna have it, and this is what I get: the DLC. I get Homelander.
Yeah, the cameo characters are all like villainous superheroes.
I get Omni-Man. Jesus
Omni-Man.
Yeah.
Dude, you get Peacemaker. Come on, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking great. The one is literally John Cena.
Yeah, it is. It's literally John Cena. It's Peacemaker. But not in the comics. Come on, man. I don't know if they're going to use the John Cena version or the comic version.
Well, I saw what he looks like in
It was John Cena.
It looks exactly like John Cena.
But they got 2 DLC characters that are my 2 favorite Mortal Kombat characters. And that is Quan Chi and Ermac.
Oh, Ermac.
And I'm going to tell you right now, buddy, if Quan Chi and Ermac play similar to what they did back in the day, I'm going to wreck people so hard.
If they play like they did on Mortal Kombat 10, I'll wreck people.
And me and Nick are going to be battling out pretty hardcore, guys. It's going to be it's going to be a battle.
There will be streams of me and Tunable playing Mortal Kombat 1. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But we're gonna schmove on here. That's enough Mortal Kombat 1 news. It was mainly just the characters. A lot of cool stuff going on with Mortal Kombat. But we're gonna get into your game deals of the week.
All right.
So who would like to go first? Who's got the game deal of the week?
Go ahead, Grease.
I'll start off.
All right.
So I'm touching into the retro feel here, and actually kind of playing off of one of Tuneable's finds, one of his retro finds on Steam. You can get the Disney Afternoon Collection on Steam, 75% off. So you'll end up paying $4.99 for not 4 but 6 classic NES Disney Afternoon cartoon games. You get Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers 2,
Toons just opened up his wallet.
DuckTales
I
2,
saw it.
Darkwing Duck.
I own all those on the original
Tailspin.
console.
Go ahead, Grease.
6
I'm sorry.
games, all solid. And Darkwing Duck is essentially a Disney Mega Man.
Oh,
Darkwing
that's
Duck.
dope.
I just beat it on stream 2 months ago. It's just fucking great. I love Darkwing Duck.
It's a good game. That's a good game.
By the
is.
way, how much was that? $5? You said
$5. $4.99.
So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and put a perspective for you. If you want to play those originally, you got to buy NES. It's $100. Darkwing Duck is an $80 cartridge.
Ooh.
What was it? Chippendales.
DuckTales.
Chippendales 1 is about 40. Chippendales 2 is over 100. That game is expensive.
Ooh. Dang.
DuckTales.
DuckTales and DuckTales 2.
DuckTales 1 is about 30 to 40, and DuckTales 2 is just like Chippendales 2 because it's rare. It's in the hundreds of dollars. So you're looking at spending like a fucking $400 if you want to play those. You get them for $5.
Yep.
Not to mention Tailspin as well.
$4.99.
I mean, come on.
That's a steal right there.
It's ridiculously a steal.
All right, guys. This week, I'm kind of keeping pace with what I did last week. My deal is going to be on Steam once again. You can pick up Elder Scrolls Oblivion the Game of the Year edition right now. You can pick it up on Steam right now for $3.74, which is an amazing 75% off. You're literally getting this game for less than $4. Last week we did Skyrim. This week we have Oblivion, another game from the Elder Scrolls series, and these games never disappoint. With this edition of the game, you're getting Knights of the Nine and the Shivering Isles expansions, plus Fighter Stronghold expansion, Spelltome Treasures, Vile Lair, Mehrunes the Razor, and so much more. Like it comes with everything. You're getting the game. You're getting everything the game comes with for less than $4. And if you're looking for a great open world RPG game to dive into, this is definitely for you. So go get it while you can, because it's definitely a steal, and it's definitely one of the better Elder Scrolls games. Yeah, it's one of the better Elder Scrolls games. So definitely go check that one out.
I mean, you're getting like hundreds of hours of gameplay for
easily hundreds of hours.
Yeah, like fucking nothing basically.
You're paying like 1 cent per an hour.
Yeah, 1 cent an hour. What kind of entertainment you going to get for 1 cent an hour? Come on.
Yeah, that's my game deal of the week.
All right, guys, my game deal of the week comes on the Nintendo Switch, and it is the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. It's got 12 Street Fighter games, including the original one, where you only get to play as 2 characters, and that's Ryu and Ken. And then nobody likes that one. It kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie.
I'm a Ken guy.
But yeah, me too. But you get Street Fighter 2s. You get all the varieties of Street Fighter. I own it. You get Street Fighter 2s varieties. You get all the alphas. You get the First Strike.
Ooh, First Strike was a good one.
It's got all of the Street Fighters.
When it comes to Street Fighter, I like all of them. I don't think they're other than other than 5. I think other than 5, I like all of them.
I mean, I bought this at full price when it came out. I owned it. I couldn't tell. I had to look at my wife's Switch to see how much it really was, because Nintendo doesn't tell you if you already own it how much the deal is. So it is at 66% off, and it is at $9.99. You get 12 Street Fighter games for $10.
That's amazing.
That's a solid deal.
That's amazing. And if you're a fighting game fan, Street Fighter is definitely a game you're gonna love.
Come on.
Oh, it's
a no-brainer.
It's a staple.
I've been playing Street Fighter since I was a kid. That's what literally got me into fighting games. It's what started it.
Yep.
It is. I mean, it is what made my love for fighting games was Street Fighter 2.
Yep. Mine was Street Fighter 2 for the SNES, the New Fighters, New Fighters collection, and I loved playing as Fei Long, which is basically their ripoff of Bruce Lee.
Yeah, pretty much. But guys, that is gonna be pretty much it for this week's installment of the Game State Podcast. Be on the lookout. We'll be releasing segments from older videos in full video content. We'll be releasing shorts. Don't forget to like the video. It helps us out a lot. And make sure you click that subscribe button and pop that noti bell so that you know whenever the videos come out. But that's going to be it for us. We'll see you guys all next Monday, and peace.
Bye.
Have a good night.